Beloved friends, know this truth. Success and abundance are not far from you, they are within you. The word you speak is your wand, and it shapes the conditions of your life. When you speak the word of truth, the universe rushes to obey. When you declare with faith, doors swing open, ways are made straight, and the crooked paths are made plain. I give you today one of the most powerful affirmations ever spoken for prosperity and triumph. Success and abundance flow to me now. Nothing can hinder, delay, or obstruct the riches of the universe from reaching me. Divine supply is mine. Success is mine. Abundance is mine now. Speak it aloud, for your words are living forces. Every time you repeat it, you are planting a seed in the fertile soil of the subconscious. And just as surely as the seed brings forth after its kind, so will this affirmation bring forth wealth, opportunity, and victory in your affairs. Many live in fear of lack, yet fear is but inverted faith. Fear believes in loss, faith believes in gain. Fear closes the door, faith flings it wide open. Therefore banish fear with this affirmation of abundance. Each word is a hammer striking down doubt. Each phrase is a key unlocking the vaults of supply. Do not watch the outer world for your evidence. Appearances are deceptive, and often the darkest hour comes just before the dawn. But know this, your word is your law. When you say, "Success and abundance flow to me now," the law of God sets it in motion. Hidden channels open, new people appear, and unexpected doors are unlocked. I have seen lives transformed by the steady use of this affirmation. The one who felt forgotten suddenly becomes sought after. The one who knew only lack suddenly knows only plenty. The one who struggled for years suddenly finds the way made clear. For the word spoken in faith has creative power that no man can resist. Say it in the morning, say it in the evening, say it when you are tempted to doubt. Success and abundance flow to me now. Nothing can hinder, delay, or obstruct the riches of the universe from reaching me. Divine supply is mine. Success is mine. Abundance is mine now. As you affirm, see yourself already walking in victory. Picture yourself clothed in radiant success, surrounded by all you need and more. Give thanks that it is already done, for praise and thanksgiving are the wings that lift your word into manifestation. Remember, you are not begging for success, you are commanding it by divine right. You are not pleading for abundance, you are aligning with the infinite supply already prepared for you. What belongs to you by divine right cannot be taken away, cannot be delayed, cannot be lost. Therefore speak with authority, stand in faith, and hold to this truth. Success and abundance are yours now. And as you hold it, the outer world must reflect it. For your word has gone forth, and shall not return void. And so it is. The spoken word is the mightiest force given to man, for it is through the word that man calls forth his world. Your lips are not merely for idle chatter or complaints, they are instruments of creation. Every word you utter goes forth into the unseen, clothed with power, and returns to you bearing fruit after its kind. Therefore, when you speak words of failure, you weave a pattern of failure. When you speak words of limitation, you build walls of limitation around yourself. But when you dare to speak words of faith, words of victory, words of abundance, you set in motion unseen armies of good that hasten to establish themselves in your life. The word you speak is law unto your own world. Many believe that their circumstances shape their speech, yet it is their speech that shapes their circumstances. A man may say, "I am always unlucky, nothing ever works for me," and so the law obeys, and nothing indeed will work for him. Another may say with conviction, "Success and abundance flow to me now." And though the outer world seems barren, the soil beneath the surface is stirring, opportunities are germinating, and in due season the harvest will break forth. The difference lies not in chance, but in the words spoken. You cannot plant weeds and expect roses. You cannot sow words of fear and expect a harvest of abundance. You must sow the word of success, the word of plenty, the word of joy, and the law will unfailingly bring forth its likeness. Your words are like seeds, but the soil into which you cast them is the subconscious mind. The subconscious never argues, it never questions, it simply receives and reproduces. If you plant fear, it grows fear. If you plant lack, it grows lack. But if you plant words of faith, of wealth, of divine success, then it must bring them forth in kind. Therefore guard your speech with the vigilance of a watchman upon a tower. Speak only that which you desire to see manifested. Train your lips to utter only the language of victory. When you are tempted to complain, turn it at once into an affirmation of good. When the world whispers defeat, answer it aloud, with triumph. For every word you speak is a decree, and heaven and earth rush to fulfill it. I have known men and women who turned their entire lives around by changing their words. One who constantly declared, "I never have enough," found herself forever short, forever chasing. But when she caught the truth and began to say daily, "My supply is endless, my abundance is overflowing," the change was swift and marvelous. Unexpected gifts appeared, opportunities blossomed, and the tide of her affairs turned from drought to plenty. It was not magic, it was law, the law of the spoken word. Another who spoke continually of sickness and weakness, lived in a body frail and tired, until she learned to say, "I am strong, I am radiant, I am filled with life divine." Her strength returned, her step grew lighter, her whole being renewed. What she had spoken in fear, she reversed in faith, and the law obeyed. Remember, every word has a vibration, and that vibration sets up a current in the unseen. Words of anger create discord, words of doubt create delay, but words of faith create order and fulfillment. Say to yourself in the morning, "Today I walk in success, today abundance surrounds me, today divine opportunities open before me," and you will find the day bending itself to your decree. Doors you never thought to open will swing wide, people you never imagined meeting will appear, and ways you thought impossible will be made plain. The world is but a mirror, reflecting your inner word. Change the word within, and the mirror must change without. Many people waste their words, scattering them idly in gossip, in complaint, in fear, yet every word is a seed, and every seed must grow. How much wiser to use your word as a deliberate tool, a sacred wand, to carve the life you desire. Say, "I am victorious, I am abundant, I am guided, I am supplied," and watch how swiftly the outer conditions align. Do not be deceived by appearances, they are but shadows of yesterday's speech. Speak today the word of success, and tomorrow the shadow will take its shape. Even the scriptures declare, "By thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned." This is not poetry, it is law. The word spoken in faith has creative power. It builds, it draws, it summons. It cannot be denied, for it carries within it the very seed of its manifestation. Therefore, when you declare, "Success and abundance flow to me now," the universe receives the order and begins to arrange the details. You may not see the movement at once, but beneath the surface forces are working, threads are being woven, and presently the pattern will emerge. The wise one does not speak carelessly, for he knows the power he wields. He does not say, "I am poor, I am unlucky, I am afraid," for such words are seeds of destruction. Instead, he chooses his words with care, as one who chooses jewels, and places them with intention. His lips utter only that which he desires, and his life becomes a garden of plenty. So I say to you, let every word you speak be a word of life, of success, of abundance. Let no word of fear escape your lips. Let no word of failure find voice. Hold fast to the great affirmation, "Success and abundance flow to me now." Nothing can hinder, delay, or obstruct the riches of the universe from reaching me. Repeat it until it is engraved upon your heart, until it springs forth unbidden from your lips, and as you do, you will see the law in action. The world around you will bend, shift, and reshape itself to match your decree, for your word is your law, and the law never fails. And as you hold to this truth, the natural flow of your speech leads us to the next great revelation, that what belongs to you by divine right cannot be delayed or denied. What belongs to you by divine right cannot be taken from you, cannot be lost, cannot be withheld. The gifts of God are already prepared, and they come to you in perfect time, in perfect order, and through perfect channels. The world may whisper delay, circumstances may appear to hinder, people may seem to obstruct, yet the truth stands immovable. Nothing and no one can keep from you what God has decreed is yours. The law of supply is as certain as the rising of the sun, and when you speak your word with faith, your own belongs to you by right of spirit. So many live with the belief that life is against them, that the world conspires to keep them small, that opportunities slip through their fingers like sand. But these are false appearances, shadows cast by fear. In truth, the universe is ever conspiring in your favor. Every delay you imagine is only a divine preparation. Every door that seems closed is but the opening of another, greater door. And when you hold fast to your affirmation, nothing can hinder, delay, or obstruct the riches of the universe from reaching me. The law swings into action to prove itself faithful. There are those who say, I have worked so long and yet nothing comes. Perhaps abundance is not for me, but that is a lie of the enemy. Your good is as sure as the dawn, and it will not fail you. What is yours by divine right is marked with your name and cannot be claimed by another. No man can steal it. No woman can usurp it, no power can erase it. You may see another prosper and wonder why you remain in lack, but if you keep your eye on appearances, you will miss the truth. Their good is theirs, and your good is yours, and both are infinite. The supply of the universe is not limited to one portion or another. The abundance of God is measureless, and it flows without end. Imagine a river that flows ceaselessly, strong and wide. If you dip your cup into it, you take nothing away from the one who stands beside you. His portion is undiminished, yours is full, and the river remains infinite. Such is divine supply. Therefore, envy no man, fear no loss, resent no delay. Instead, stand boldly in your affirmation, divine supply is mine now, nothing can obstruct my good. In that fearless declaration, you align yourself with the ceaseless flow, and your own shall rush to meet you. I have known many who clung to appearances, and so delayed their blessing. One woman lamented that another had taken her opportunity, and she declared herself unlucky, left behind. But when she shifted her word, when she claimed, my opportunities are divinely appointed and cannot be taken from me, a greater door opened, one she had never imagined, and what she received was beyond the very thing she thought she lost. Her delay was not a denial, but a redirection to something greater. So it is always the seeming loss is but the hand of God guiding you to a higher gift. Your own cannot miss you. Even if it seems to pass by, it circles back again, for the law is sure. If you are meant to meet a certain person, if you are meant to step into a certain place, if you are meant to receive a certain gift, it is written upon your path, and no force can erase it. Hold to this truth, and fear will dissolve. Anxiety about missed chances, worry about lost time, despair over failure, these vanish when you know the truth. What is yours by divine right will come to you, and it will come at the appointed hour. Say to yourself often, there is no loss in divine mind. I cannot lose what is mine. I cannot be robbed. I cannot be delayed. I cannot be denied. The riches of the universe reach me now. With such a declaration, you place yourself in harmony with law, and law must respond. The more you affirm, the more you see delays dissolving, obstacles crumbling, and paths clearing before you. The truth becomes visible in your life, and you walk with the certainty that the universe is for you and never against you. Some may say, but I see no sign, the evidence is against me. Beloved, do not let appearances sway you. Faith is not built on what you see, but on what you know, and what you know is this: your word is your law, and the law of supply cannot fail. If you hold firm, the evidence will change. The outer world must bend to the inner word. The delay is but the dark before dawn, the silence before music, the pause before fulfillment. Your faith is the bridge over that pause. Therefore, walk boldly, speak confidently, and declare daily that your good is secure. Say, nothing can hinder or delay my success. What is mine now comes to me swiftly and surely, and watch as the seemingly immovable is moved, as the impossible becomes possible, as the withheld is released. For the law of divine supply is eternal, and what belongs to you will reach you at the appointed time. And when you walk in this assurance, your heart grows strong with faith. Fear no longer chains you, doubt no longer clouds you, for you know that every word spoken in truth brings your good nearer still. And in this confidence, you are led to the next revelation, that faith itself is the mighty key that unlocks every closed door and brings forth the manifestation of your word. Faith is the key that unlocks the treasure house of abundance, the mighty force that throws open doors long shut and calls forth miracles from the unseen. Without faith, the word is but empty sound. With faith, the word is clothed in power and cannot return void. It is faith that gives wings to your affirmation, carrying it into manifestation. Fear builds walls, but faith builds bridges. Fear says, "There is no way," but faith declares, "The way is prepared." Fear chains the soul in darkness, while faith lights the lamp and leads the way. When you look upon appearances with the eye of fear, you see lack, you see failure, you see delay. But when you look with the eye of faith, you see beyond appearances into the realm of spirit, where all is complete, where all is finished, where abundance already exists. Faith knows that what you affirm is already true in divine mind, and it holds to that truth until the outer world reflects it. Faith does not waver with the winds of circumstance. Faith stands firm as a rock and declares, "It is done, it is mine. It cannot fail." There was once a man who saw nothing but closed doors before him. Each attempt at success seemed blocked, each effort turned aside. He was ready to surrender, for appearances shouted defeat. But when he was taught the law, he learned to speak his word with faith. He began each day, declaring, "I walk in divine success, all doors open before me." Though nothing appeared to change at first, he held firm. One morning, a door that had been closed for years suddenly opened. A forgotten connection was revived, an opportunity long delayed was released, and success flowed into his life as though it had been waiting just beyond the veil of his faith. The door had never been locked, it only required the key of faith to open it. Faith is not mere hope. Hope looks to the future, faith knows in the present. Hope says, "It will be someday." Faith says, "It is mine now." Faith lays hold of the invisible and calls it into the visible. Faith does not beg, it claims. Faith does not plead, it commands. And the universe, obedient to the voice of faith, hastens to perform its bidding. When fear whispers, "But what if it fails? What if nothing happens?" Answer it aloud, "My word cannot fail, for my word is God's word. What I claim in faith is mine by divine right." Speak it with conviction, and the very vibration of your faith will scatter the shadows of doubt. Faith is stronger than appearances, stronger than fear, stronger than time itself. It leaps beyond circumstance and draws the unseen into form. One woman I knew was drowning in debt, the weight of lack pressing upon her from every side. She had spoken words of truth, but her heart trembled with doubt. Then she was told, "You must not only speak the word, but believe it with all your heart." She began to say daily, "My supply is endless. Abundance flows to me freely." Each time fear arose, she answered it with her affirmation. Each time a bill came, she blessed it and declared, "Divine supply meets every demand." Her faith grew strong, and the tide began to turn. Money came from unexpected places, new opportunities arose, and soon her debts dissolved like mist before the sun. It was her faith that unlocked the flow. Without faith, her words were seeds on barren ground. With faith they blossomed into a harvest of plenty. Do not wait to feel faith before you speak your word. Speak it, and faith will rise. Every affirmation is a step of faith, and each step strengthens the next. You may begin trembling, but as you persist, faith takes root in your heart and grows into certainty. You will know that your good cannot fail to reach you. And in that knowing, doors swing wide, obstacles vanish, and opportunities rush in. Even the mustard seed of faith is enough to move mountains. Do not despise small beginnings. Say to yourself, "Though my faith be small, it is mighty, for it is rooted in God," and as you say it, that seed grows. Faith is contagious within the soul. The more you practice it, the more it multiplies. Soon you find yourself speaking with authority, affirming with joy, declaring with certainty, and the universe must obey. Let every word you speak be wrapped in faith. When you say, "Success and abundance flow to me now," feel it as already true. Picture it, rejoice in it, give thanks for it. Thanksgiving is faith in action. It is the soul's declaration that the gift is already received. As you give thanks, you align with the reality of your affirmation, and the outer must mirror the inner. Fear will try to creep back, whispering of danger, murmuring of delay, but meet it with faith. Say, "I walk in faith, and faith makes all things possible." My doors are open, my path is clear, my abundance is certain. Speak it until your heart thrills with conviction, until no shadow can stand before the light. Faith does not wait for proof, faith is the proof. And when you walk in faith, proof follows as naturally as dawn follows the night. So I say to you, hold fast to your affirmation. Speak it with unwavering faith, let no fear rob you of your certainty. For the word spoken in faith moves the very substance of the universe. It opens doors that men say are shut, it clears paths that reason says are blocked, it brings supply from channels you never dreamed existed. Faith is the hand that receives, the eye that sees the unseen, the key that unlocks every closed door. And as you walk in this faith, as you declare your success and abundance with power, you discover a higher truth, that thanksgiving and praise seal the word and hasten its fulfillment. For gratitude is faith rejoicing, and it multiplies your good beyond measure. And so, beloved, we have spoken the word, we have held it in faith, and we have declared that what is ours by divine right cannot be withheld. The universe is rich, overflowing, and inexhaustible, and it rushes to meet the one who dares to speak and believe. Remember always, your word is your wand, your faith is your key, and gratitude is your seal. When these three work together, nothing can stand against you, and nothing can delay your good. Therefore, I bid you leave behind every shadow of fear, every thought of lack, every image of delay. Lift up your voice, and speak the great truth. Success and abundance flow to me now. Nothing can hinder, delay, or obstruct my good. Divine supply is mine, success is mine, abundance is mine now. Let this word go forth, and let it not return void. Give thanks that it is already done, rejoice that the doors are open, and walk boldly into the life prepared for you. For God's plan for you is success, God's will for you is abundance, and God's promise to you is victory. Hold it, believe it, proclaim it, and so shall it be made manifest. And so it is.